Shalom. Koholo Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Raha Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopefully elect scattered throughout the four corners of the globe. My name is Barad Debar, coming to you from the GMS campus, Indianapolis. And to all those listening and learning, to you, I say Shalom. Especially to you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that make up the 12 tribes of Israel. Today is just going to go over a part 2 of when the Lord is with him. Part 2 of when the Lord is with him. And we're just going to focus on Solomon. And we understand, if you read the scriptures at all, that Solomon reigned 40 years after his father passed, and it was 40 years of peace, and they had prosperity under Solomon, which is a prelude to what the kingdom of heaven would be like, but of course under Yahweh Shai on a more magnificent level. So just going to touch on a few scriptures that pertain with Solomon and some things that, and not very many, but just keep it very short and brief. Hopefully this is inspiring, edifying unto the body. Again, this is Solomon. The Lord was with him, Solomon. It's the book of Second Chronicles, chapter 1, verse 1. And it says, and Solomon, the son of David, was strengthened in his kingdom, and the Lord, his power, was with him, and magnified him exceedingly. So, as we can see that those in the previous video, that when the Lord is dealing with you, whether it be through knowledge, wisdom, understanding, in all aspects of your life, the Lord will show himself to be dealing with you by prospering, the work of your hands, those that'll be around you, placing you around righteous men, giving you more knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. But there was one thing that was about Solomon that he grew in, and that was wisdom. And so we're going to jump down to verse 10. Verse 10, it reads, actually we'll read verse 7 and go into 10. So it says, and in that night did the Most High, Yahweh, appear unto Solomon and said unto him, ask what I shall give thee. And Solomon said unto Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, thou hast showed me, or Yahweh, thou hast shewed me great mercy unto David my father. Let me read that again. And Solomon said to the Most High, thou hast showed great mercy unto David my father, and hast made me to reign in his stead. Now, O Yahweh, power, let thy promise unto David my father be established, for thou hast made me king over a people like the dust of like the dust of the earth in multitude. So the Lord, to deal with Israel, who would be as the sand of the sea, and all the problems and things that come along with Israel. And if you can look in today's time, you would definitely need a man of the Lord who would be able to deal in wisdom, such as Moses, dealing with wisdom, knowledge and understanding to deal with the people, and of course getting this knowledge, wisdom, understanding from on high. And then of course you had Joseph, who became ruler, second in command in the kingdom, and so on and so forth. We'll continue on. He says, verse 10, give me now wisdom and knowledge, that I may go out and come in before this people, for who can judge this thy people that is so great? And the Most High said unto to Solomon, because this is in thine heart, and thou hast not asked riches, wealth, or honor, nor life of thy enemies, neither yet has asked long life, but hast asked wisdom and knowledge for thyself, that thou mayest judge my people, over whom I have made thee king. So again, when you look in today's time, in today's world, what is everyone asking for? They want riches, they want wealth, they want honor, they want the life of their enemies, they want to put down their enemies. But there's one thing that Yahweh Shai said, and that always hits with me in Jeremiah chapter 9 verse 24. Read verse 23. He says, thus said Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might, let not the rich man glory in his riches. So think of how people are in today's time, glorifying in their riches, right? But Solomon, a man, you know, who of course was the son of David, a man after Yahweh Shai's heart, was raised up and taught how he should be. And the scriptures tell you, train up a child in the way he should go, and he shall never depart, roughly paraphrasing. And so the people of this world, they train their child to be the best basketball player, the best wrestler, the best gymnast, to get into finance and technology, to accumulate wealth and riches. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. But first and foremost, we go into the second part of Jeremiah, verse 24, Jeremiah 9 and 24. It says, but let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me. So that's the main glory, that we have this knowledge and wisdom and understanding, just like Solomon. You know, it says things that were written aforetime were written for our learning. That's what Paul mentioned. Okay. It says, I am the Lord that which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, saith Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So because Solomon wanted to have the wisdom and knowledge and understanding, that was the delight, you know, to be able to have loving kindness and judgment and righteousness upon the earth. And these are the things in which Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai delight in. There's something I want to get. Let's see if I can find it really quick. This is the book of, let me see, let me get there first. I think it's in, let's see, almost there. Give me another moment. Okay, here we go. This is the book of Proverbs chapter 3, and we always go into that. I always go into that because there's a lot in chapter 3. But it says, verse 3, chapter 13, it says, happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. So this is what Solomon have received. And here's further. It says, for the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the game thereof than gold. Okay, he says, she is more precious than rubies, and all the things thou canst desire are not to be compared unto her. Okay, it says, length of days are in her right hand, and in her left hand riches and honor. Her ways are ways of pleasantness, and all her paths are peace. All right, so let's look back on this again in the Chronicles. First Chronicles chapter 10, Second Chronicles chapter 1 verse 10. Because there was a point I'm going to revisit. And he says here, this is the Most High Yahweh. He says, First Chronicles chapter 1 verse 11. He says, and the Most High Yahweh said to Solomon, because this is in thine heart, and thou hast not asked riches, wealth, or honor, nor the life of thy enemies, neither yet has asked of long life, but hast asked wisdom and knowledge for thyself, that thou mayest judge my people over whom I have made king. So wisdom brings into a kingdom. And what comes with the kingdom? All the riches, the life, servants, and which we'll get. Okay. Verse 2, he says, wisdom and knowledge is granted unto thee, and I will give thee riches and wealth. So we should be seeking the knowledge and wisdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and all these things will be added. There was one, where Yahushai actually mentioned, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all these things shall be added unto thee, right? There's also when he talks about faith, when we have faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, he says we shouldn't worry about our clothes. He tells us consider the lilies and the birds of the field, and how they are being fed. And he says, and you're worth more than many sparrows, roughly paraphrasing. There's several scriptures that go into what I'm talking about. But just getting back to the point here, he says, verse 12, the second part, he says, wealth and honor, such as none of the kings have had that have been before thee, neither shall there be after thee have the like. So he says, look, there's not going to be anybody. And there's something much deeper, that goes into that, as far as Solomon and dealing with Yahushai. But, he says there will be no other king that will come in like unto you, that would be, as great as you, and none thereafter. So let's get this in the book. We'll just keep it there. So as a result, he had the book of Ecclesiastes. You had, you got the book of Proverbs. Actually, I just read a Proverbs, which was from who? King Solomon. We'll read Proverbs chapter 1. It says, the Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. So these are the Proverbs in which a wise king is given to what? A kingdom of priests. He said that we shall be a kingdom of priests. So we should be dwelling and diving deeper into the wisdom, the knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And so it says, verse 2, it says, to know wisdom and instruction, and to perceive the words of the understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, judgment, and equity, to give subtlety to the simple, and to the young man knowledge and discretion. A wise man will hear and increase learning, and a man of understanding will attain to wise counsel. So he's just now giving you understanding as to how wisdom will build you up, and it keeps you grounded, when you actually go further into it. And how do you stay grounded? By, again, keeping the sayings of the wise men and the counselors, right? To have the discretion, being able to know how to move and when to move. When you know the laws, statutes, commandments of the Heavenly Father, you have a better way to discern and make better decisions as far as what you should eat, what you should drink, what you should put on, how you should do in your daily task. So I want to get something, and we'll just about end it. But, you have the wisdom of Solomon, you have the Ecclesiastes, you have the Song of Solomon, you have the Proverbs. I mean, it's an array of wisdom, that comes from, that Solomon had obtained, and he then shared with his people. So then we'll get this last one. We're going to read Ecclesiastes chapter, we're going to go in Ecclesiastes chapter 2. And I'm just going to read verse 1 through 10, and then we'll end it there. It's the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verses 1 through 10. Okay, it says, I said in mine heart. Now you remember, he said, like, he talked about Solomon's heart, because in your heart you wanted to be able to rule over, his people, the people in which Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai loved, which are the children of Israel, which are his people. He wanted to rule over them, with wisdom. Okay. And so he says, I said in my heart, go to now, I will prove thee with mirth. Therefore enjoy pleasure, and behold, this also is vanity. So what it is that his wisdom, he had experience in an array of different things in life. And in this experience, he was able to, it tells you that a man well traveled. And so through his experiences and his interactions with all walks of life and everything within his life and all the riches that he had, it gave him using through wisdom, being able to write these things down for us to read and to know what to do and what not to do. Okay, so we'll just get to that point, so then we can, because there's we want to get to 10. Okay, so then he says, I said of laughter, it is mad, and of mirth, what doeth it? I sought in mine heart to give myself unto wine, yet acquainted mine heart with wisdom, and to lay hold on folly, till I might see what is good, what was that good for the sons of men, which they should do under the heaven all the days of their life. So he had many experiences, so then he could speak on it, right? So just kind of like many of the men of the Lord, women, who are in this truth, but mainly the men, we all came from different walks of life and different parts, and we bring some form of our experience. And so when we come into this truth, there are certain strengths that we bring that the Lord will utilize within this truth. But then, and then there's weaknesses that we have that he does correct and he helps to build. So that, again, as we mentioned in the last video, how, we all have afflictions and have been afflicted. Like even Solomon himself did go off. He did start to take on the worship or the customs of his concubines, and set up groves and things like that. So he did go off, however, and that was more in his old age. But at the same time, he was still a wise man. And so we go further. He says, verse 4, I made me great works. So here's the thing. So the Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai said that he magnified him exceedingly. So check this out. He says, I made me great works. I builded me houses. I planted me vineyards. I made me gardens and orchards. I planted trees in them of all kinds of fruits. And then mind you, again, this is because he dedicated himself to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. And these things come unto him. The scriptures say, draw nigh unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and he will draw nigh unto thee. Right? So, and that's in all aspects of our life, speaking for myself first and foremost. Okay? He says, verse 6, he says, I made pools of water to water wherewith the wood that bringeth forth trees. And then, of course, in here it says like irrigation. So he had irrigation type systems, He says, I got me servants and maids and had servants born in my house. So you can see he had an abundance. He had servants born in the house. I had servants born in my house. Also, I had great possessions of great and small cattle, above all that were in Jerusalem before me. So what Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai said came true. He said, I would grow you exceedingly, and there'll be no one that come after you. No other king will, be as magnificent as you. Okay. And then he says, roughly paraphrasing, he says, and I gathered me also silver and gold and peculiar treasures of kings and of provinces. I got me men singers and women singers and delights of the sons of men as musical instruments, and that of all sorts. So he just had abundance. He had servants, he had men, women singers playing instruments and music, all for his delight, you know. And but continue on. He says, so I was great, and I increased more than all that were before me in Jerusalem. Also my wisdom remained with me. So the Lord was with him. Okay, that's the point. He says, and whatsoever mine eyes desired, I kept not from them. I withheld not my heart from any joy, for my heart rejoiced in all my labor, and this was my portion of all my labor. So I hope this lesson was edifying, uplifting of some sort into the body. It's just another example of how the Lord will deal with us when he's with us. So again, before I end, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rahahakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopefully elect scattered throughout the four corners of the globe. And to all those listening and learning, to you, I say, Shalom.